Good morning. My name is Heather Sainhava, Director of Corporate Marketing at Intelliden. Today I have joining me Glen Tindal, Chief Technology Officer and Co-founder of Intelliden, to talk about giving your Brownfield networks a clean sweep. Glen, what are Brownfield networks and why should we be concerned with them?
Heather, a Brownfield network, actually the term Brownfield was derived from the building community referring to land that had been previously developed or built upon. Brownfield networks kind of take the same theme, that being the fact that it's a network that is legacy, has been long-standing, has had a significant amount of interaction with it, and as a result, it's not a clean network, not a precise network, but one that is filled with quite a bit of information, a lot of configurations, moving a lot of traffic. There's a significant threat, Heather, that comes from this, and the threat is due to the fact that most of the time Brownfield networks are very large in size, have many different organizations touching it, typically is poorly documented, and oftentimes large dollar amounts move in and move out of the IT organization in commitment of the network and the development activities therein. And the challenge then becomes one of a lack of consistency for how the network is managed, and the result is the fact that oftentimes the state of the network is one where there is a large security exposure that may exist, and many people would not know it exists. Let's talk about what the root of the problem is, and I'll go back through this one more time. Often there is a legacy network that has a very long service life. Typically the organizations working with that network have a just get it up and running type mindset or just fix the problem type mindset. Oftentimes the actions that occur in the network are done without a clear understanding of the true running state of the network, and there is a constant changing of personnel in and out of the organization. The result is the fact that body of knowledge leaves and is often replaced with someone who may not know the business processes, the topology, or other things critical to the day-to-day running of the network. The result becomes an exposure of an internal threat to the organization, an operational reliability question, and the result oftentimes, and I refer to it this way, as a ball of yarn. Typically, we think in terms of addressing this issue with compliance and auditing solutions, and there is no doubt compliance and auditability is a very key component in addressing the problem. Audits, by definition, really look at network configurations and, most importantly, a specific configuration command. It's oftentimes a query to determine does that command exist, and we have to make sure that that query is put together using the correct vendor syntax and semantics. Otherwise, the query would not be a correct one. So there's an audit process that we go through, the theme being looking for something in particular, does it exist or does it not, making a decision thereafter. There is another form of check that we often see in the network infrastructure, and that's one of a compliance check. Compliance checks are used to verify regulatory compliance, such as PCI or HIPAA, verify operational compliance. In other words, is my routing infrastructure correct? Is BGP working the way it's supposed to? And then finally, there's a compliance check to determine any security exposures that may exist, and a common one is an NSA security guideline reference. While important, compliance and auditing solutions do not clearly address all the needs of the business. Audits have to match on the syntax. In other words, I have to know what it is I'm looking for specifically. Most of the time, if I'm going to unravel the ball of yarn, I have to remove a lot of extraneous information that exists in configurations, and that's a very difficult thing to do. As a result, intelligent deletion routines are often required and should be implemented. Before I talk about that intelligence that's necessary in the network, let me have a brief discussion about XML and the use of XML schemas. XML is a large and important part of the industry today. It's often referred to, whether it be in application environments or system environments, the same would hold as it relates to the network. And the screen you see in front of you is nothing more than a structure that represents how commands can be modeled using XML, either for a vendor switch or a vendor router. The key is the fact that it provides you a clear understanding of context, a clear understanding of structure, and it ensures a context of where I'm at within the command structure, in this particular case for iOS images that run in a network. With that as a backdrop, let's talk about how we could leverage the knowledge that XML provides for configuration information. First of all, it's important to understand configurations as we know them today are CLI text-based. Oftentimes, it is a large block of CLI text. We have actually seen configurations as large as 250 to 500,000 lines of CLI. Because it's a large block of text, there's really no relationship in understanding one command relationship to another, and it really provides no data context. It's a real challenge whenever you're looking at nothing but a blob of text or a grouping of text. XML documents, on the other hand, provide structure where none exists. It defines relationships between data elements, and it allows you to foster an intelligent interaction with that data. The result is the fact that I can begin to implement intelligent deletion routines to help address this ball of yarn that exists in brownfield networks. A delete interface command, for example, using modeled structure will allow you to remove all commands that exist on that interface, no matter how many, no matter what's there. That's in contrast to my previous example in the audit world where I have to know exactly what I'm looking for. Here, the deletion routine takes care of that for me. I don't have to know what exists. I just have to know the command, delete the interface, and the intelligent infrastructure takes care of the rest. This allows me to remove all the extraneous information, then allows me to actually remove the interface itself, and I now have cleaned up a portion of my network in an environment where I may have had to move a customer from one box to another, one interface to another. The fact of the matter is I can use intelligent deletion routines for just about any command that may exist, routing algorithms, security components, whatever the case may be. Ultimately, the benefit when used in conjunction with policy, compliance, auditability, intelligent deletion routines allow me to clean up the network precisely, quickly, and reliably. This now allows me to address the brownfield challenge. Where in the old world I had a legacy network with a mindset of just get it up and running or just address the problem, now I have the ability as a solution to leverage XML modeling to promote intelligent deletion routines and work in conjunction with auditing and compliance to intelligently sweep the network.
Thank you, Glenn, for your time today. For more information on Intelliden products or services, please visit our website at www.intelliden.com or email us at netnovo@intelliden.com. Thank you.